So welcome to this video. My name is Alex. That's not me, that's my dog Fluffy. And that's Molly. Um, and I'm taking another one of my walks in the mountains behind my house. So all around me for many kilometers in every direction is just trees. There's no houses, there's no people, there's no cars, there's no roads. So I'm just surrounded by millions of eucalyptus trees in every direction. I'm very high up, so the air is very clear and it's very peaceful. All I can hear is really the wind and a little bit of bird song in the distance. So recently I started recording my recording my walks in the mountains because I love communicating, and I find that communication flows for me best when I'm walking. Often when my friends come to visit, we take a walk together and we walk and talk, and ideas flow, and communication seems to flow better, I always find, when walking. It doesn't stagnate, it flows, and new ideas and inspiration come. So especially when I'm on my own, I get a lot of inspiration up in the mountains. So I decided a while ago to start recording my walks so I can share the inspiration that I get in the mountains, because it seems to be the best way, I tried writing it down on my notes or other ways of recording the information, but it seems like making a video and just talking to you as I walk, so you can enjoy the walk with me. It's almost like we're walking together, and I can share the inspiration that comes to me. And also, I like communicating, so usually with communication it's nice to have someone to communicate with, and of course we can always communicate with, I don't know, you might call it God or the universe, which is always listening to us, by the way. That divine intelligence, it's always listening to us and responding to us. But it's nice to know that someone's going to hear your voice, and I think that's important for all of us, that's Charlie, by the way. We like to know that we're being heard. We need to be heard. We're very communicative creatures, human beings, and we need to be heard. And the wonderful thing is, with the state of information technology and communication technology, that we can be heard. We can record a video, record a talk, and put it out there on social media, and someone will see it. Even if it's just one person, someone will see it. And we have communicated, we have successfully communicated. We have shared our thoughts, we've shared our ideas. And so we've all got something to share. We've all got wisdom and inspiration and knowledge that's been gained from our life experiences. We've all got that to share. So, one of the reasons I like to make these videos is just to encourage you to do the same. Just record your thoughts. Go for a walk and record your thoughts. Tell your story, because our story is completely unique to us, and it's what has made us who we are. It's what has brought us to the point we're at. It's our life experiences and the inner experiences that we've all felt, the inner challenges we've all had, and what we've learned from those challenges, how we've grown, how we've become wise, because we all have wisdom. All of us have wisdom to share, because we've all been through difficult situations and we've all come through them. So it's very, very useful to others to share what you've learnt, share your journey, because it's very interesting. I've heard so many people's stories, and I just say to myself, wow, I can't believe a human being has been through that. I can't believe a person has experienced that. And I often feel how lucky I am not to have gone through what some people have gone through. I myself, I was suicidal in my late teens, and I tried ending my life on at least 2 occasions and very nearly succeeded on the last occasion. I was so depressed and I hated myself. I just didn't want to be alive anymore because I was in so much pain. And of course I woke up, and I realised, in that moment that I woke up, I realised how lucky I was to be alive, how much a gift life is, and it's mine. My life is mine, and I'm free. I am free, and I don't have to feel guilty. I'm not obliged to do anything. I can literally do what I want with my life. Now, of course, there are consequences. You can do what you want, but there will be consequences. So I decided, when I woke up from that final attempt to end my life, I realised, okay, I can do what I want. I'm going to experiment. I'm going to use life as an experiment. I'm going to do exactly what I want to do with my life. I'm going to be completely selfish and follow my heart and do what I feel like doing and not feel guilty, not apologise for what I want to do and what I don't want to do. We're free to make choices. And so I decided 25 years ago to do that experiment. And the amazing thing is, even though you may say, well, that's a very selfish choice just to do what you want, but in fact the heart isn't selfish. The heart cares about others. It wants to help others. It wants to give. It wants to lift people up. It wants to listen to others. So when I decided, in that moment when I decided to follow my heart and do exactly what my heart wanted, it was actually a decision to become more open, a decision to be more loving, to be more caring. But I didn't know that. All I knew was I wanted to be free. And freedom is found in love. True freedom is only found in love, because love is reality. Love is the divine reality which we're all looking for. It's that hidden mystery inside that we can't understand it. We can't think about it. We have to access it. We have to access that realm inside of us, which is love. It flows through us, but it is everywhere. It's everything. And we just connect to it and remember who we are. We remember that we've been designed for love. We remember that we are destined to become more and more loving, to free ourselves from judgment, anger, harshness, criticism, cynicism, pain. We're destined to free ourselves from all of those and remember who we are, which is a being of love, a creature of love. And so it's very easy to say these things, and I think most of us know this on an intuitive level. We know that we are designed for love. But the challenge is the practicalities of life. We are challenged every day, especially if we have a family and we're around a lot of people, and you can't control other people. And so often we find ourselves reacting and forgetting love, but instead just reacting to the people around us and judging people and, trying to control other people just so we can feel more secure, so we can feel like we are right and they're wrong. And so the great challenge in our life is to become loving amidst all the challenges that are thrown in front of us. It's easy to be loving when you're sitting on a mountaintop and the sun's shining on your face and the birds are singing and you feel the love, you feel connected to that great divine love which some call God. But when you get down back into the world and your busy life and you're driving around everywhere and you're dealing with crowds and hustle and bustle and challenges and things you don't want and things that are unexpected, that's the challenge. That's the hardest thing, I think, in life, is to be a loving person amidst all these challenges. But that is our challenge. And as we become stronger in love and we become more grounded and rooted so that our love is more unshakable and that we find ourselves being more patient with people, being more tolerant, being kinder, being more understanding, not judging them but understanding them, listening to them, caring about them. As this increases in our life, then the rewards increase. We realize how precious it is, how special it is to be around other people and to love them, because that is our job. Our job is to love others. We are not just here for ourselves. We are part of a whole. We're part of humanity, and our job. She nearly did it. Our job is to love others, to be a vehicle of love and express that love to others, to offer that love to others. That's so close. She nearly did it. And this is what we can pass on. And then others remember the same. They remember that they are here for love and their purpose is to love others. And essentially, it just becomes, I don't like the word viral, but it becomes contagious. Love becomes contagious. And we realize that that's our purpose, is to allow love to kind of cleanse us, allow love to purify us, and so that we can express that love, we can be an instrument of love and share that love with other people. And there's nothing more rewarding, I promise you, there is nothing more rewarding than sharing love, caring for others and seeing other people's hearts changed, seeing other people remember who they are, remember what they're here for, remember the love that exists inside of them, and seeing that propagate, seeing that spread, it's just the most beautiful thing in the world. And so I guess that's why I make these videos, is because that's what I want more than anything else. You know, love is the most important thing to me, and sharing that love is the most important thing to me, because I know it's what everyone's looking for. Now, of course, most of us don't realise that we're looking for love. We don't realise that we're looking for that hidden reality inside of our heart, that's the final jigsaw piece of the puzzle. We don't realise we go around looking in every other direction, pursuing all these other pursuits, and distracting ourselves, entertaining ourselves all the time, not realising that what we really need and what we long for and what will completely fulfill us is inside our heart. It's a space that we access. And when we access that space, we feel this peace, we feel this warmth kind of come over us. And it spreads, and we just feel like we're swimming in love. And that is what we all need, because that's what heals us. We all need healing. We've all been hurt. We've all experienced pain. We've all been how can I put this? Unpleasant people. We've all been selfish people. We've all been self-absorbed and unkind to others at some point in our life. We've all been aggressive. We've all been weak. We've all been all sorts of different things. And the only way to heal all of that and remember who we are, to kind of fully integrate ourselves and remember the kind of person we really are, is to go in search of that love, which is inside of us, by the way. You know, Jesus said the kingdom of heaven is within. And we are all looking for heaven. We are all looking for this place where there is no negativity, there is no fear, there is no anger, there is no judgment, there is no stress or worry, there is just love and peace. We all need that, and we're all looking for it. And it is within. It can be found. But, you know, we live in a practical world, so we have to make practical decisions on a daily basis. Hundreds, maybe thousands of practical decisions are being made by us on a daily basis. And our decisions either help us or hinder us in that pursuit to remember love, that pursuit to reconnect to love. Let me give an example of what I'm talking about. One of my favourite examples is our diet. You can eat food which makes you more agitated, which makes you more irritable. If you eat lots of sugar or food which disagrees with you, wheat is a common one. It agitates the entire digestive system. But if you eat the wrong kind of food, you're going to be irritable and agitated and short-tempered or tired and grumpy. But if you choose to eat really well and to nourish yourself and to feed your body, which is really what love is, love is doing what is best for not only yourself but others. But when you do what is best for your body, which is how you love your body by giving it exactly what it needs, what it thrives on. When you do that, then your body responds, and you feel a sense of wellness, you feel a sense of goodness. And it's that goodness, it's that sense of goodness that we need to feel. It's not an idea, it's not a spiritual theory. We feel goodness inside of us. We can feel goodness inside of us, but we have to be good to ourselves, and we have to give our body what it really needs. So many of us are poisoning ourselves, making our bodies struggle against all these things which it can't digest, all these things which are toxic, all these things which overstimulate the body, or all these things which make the body really tired and overwork the body. And if we would just give our body what it really thrives on, we would feel so much better, so much more well, and we would have a greater sense of this goodness that I'm talking about. You can call it love, call it peace, you can call it whatever you want to, but it's a feeling of goodness. And that feeling is most easily felt when we're well, when we're healthy. You know, it's very hard to feel good, you know, to feel motivated, to feel positive when you're sick. You know, I know this as well as anybody, that when you feel sick, you feel rough. It's hard to be positive. It's hard to be upbeat when you're sick. It's a challenge. So why would we constantly give ourselves this challenge of struggling with poor health, by putting all these things in our body which don't encourage good health, what we're doing is we're dragging ourselves down. We're steering ourselves away from what we're looking for. And what we're looking for is that goodness, is that love. We're looking for it. It's a feeling. It's a feeling. It's not an idea. It's a feeling. And so that's why, I've been a nutritionist. I've worked with nutritional healing for about 22 years. Really about, discovering what the body really thrives on. What are the perfect foods for the body? How can the body feel? How can my body feel? If I give it exactly what it really loves, an abundance of the most health-giving and nutritious, vibrant foods, what does my body do? What happens to my body? That's been my experiment for the past 23 years, 22 or 3 years. It's an experiment. And what I can tell you is that you feel better and better and better. You feel more and more well. You feel more and more alive. You feel more and more inspired. If you do this, if you take care of yourself physically and give your body exactly what it needs and stop putting things into your body which it struggles with, and there's so many of them, carbohydrates, flour, wheat, sugar, stimulants like coffee, chocolate even. When you flood your body with nutritious food, vegetables, greens, healthy proteins, nuts, seeds, anything which truly nourishes you, when you flood your body with these things, then you just feel a sense of wellness increase. One of my favourite musical artists is Donovan. He was very popular in the 60s and 70s. And he did a song called Rikki Tikki Tavi. And the line from that song is, "The natural high is the best high in the world." And I totally agree with that. The natural high is the best high in the world. In fact, he actually says, I've taken all the drugs there is to take, and I know that the natural high is the best high in the world. And I also have taken most chemical substances, most mind-altering chemical substances, so I know the highs and lows that can be achieved through drugs. And I can concur with Donovan's opinion that the natural high is the best high in the world, but you have to sustain it. It's not just a one-time thing. You have to change your lifestyle. You have to improve your lifestyle habits. You have to sleep better. You have to be more active. You have to get more fresh air and sunshine. You really do need more sunshine than you think, which is why I love living in a sunny country. But you need sunshine. You need abundance of water. You need to drink a lot more water than you think, and stop eating things which dehydrate you. Stop eating things which make you tired. Stop eating things which overstimulate you. Balance is what we're all looking for. And so when we find that, and it's for each of us, it's an individual path. I can't dictate what the amount of sleep you need and the amount of this and that you need to do. You need to find for yourself what is the right balance, what keeps you at the optimum level, so that you can feel energized and alive, so you can feel inspired and positive. One of the greatest challenges we have to face in this life is just staying positive. We're being bombarded. Hang on a second, I'm just turning around. Doggies, this way. Fluffy, Charlie, come here. We're being bombarded with negative information non-stop through the news, which punctuates, all TV channels or radio stations, social media. We're being bombarded by the news, which is progressively getting darker and more scary. We're being bombarded with negative messages through the TV programs and films we watch, and by advertising, all these negative messages. There are lots of positive ones as well, but mostly we are being encouraged to be more afraid, to be more divided, to be more hostile, to judge other people more. This is what the media is doing. So it's one of the greatest challenges nowadays is to stay positive. And I tell you, that's harder when you are immersing yourself in screens and in the media and in information. It's harder to stay positive. What you need to do, you need to get out into nature. Because the more time you spend in nature, the more you feel this divine harmony, which is everywhere. you can call it love. It flows through everything. The natural world is an expression of love, and what flows from it, the energy that flows from nature, is harmonious. And so the more time we spend in nature, immersed in nature, then the more we feel this harmony, and it starts to penetrate into our body, into our heart, and we start to feel it. It seeps into our cells, the harmony that is everywhere. It seeps into our cells, and it reminds us of the goodness. This is all about that goodness, the goodness of God, the goodness of love. You can feel it. It's reality. You're supposed to feel goodness flowing through you in a very tangible and physical way, but also in your heart. This feeling of love. It's the goodness that we're all looking for, and that is reality. That goodness is reality. Our mind will tell us a million other things are real. Our mind will tell us all these confusing stories about what is real, but ultimately what is real is this love and this goodness, which you are part of. It's a spiritual truth. It's a spiritual being, you could say, but it's all-encompassing. And we are part of it, and we need to open up to it and feel it. And then, only then, do we realize what our purpose is. Only then do we realize the power that this love has to protect us, to provide for us. It's an intelligent, conscious being. But it's all-pervading. There's no edges, there's no limits to it. Love is all-pervading. And it is your spiritual parent. You're part of it. You're like an offspring. You're a small version of this all-pervading love. And when you reconnect to that love and realize that your purpose is to serve that love, then you can't be afraid anymore, because that love is protecting you, that love is guiding you, that love wants you to thrive and be safe. And we all want to be safe. It's almost the most primal need for every living creature, primarily, is to feel safe. And then when we feel safe, we can pursue other things. We can pursue our desire for fun and enjoyment, and we can relax. But if you don't feel safe, you can't even relax. If you don't feel safe, you can't really pursue anything else. You can't really focus on anything else before you take care of your safety, because safety is our primal need. If we feel threatened, then the first thing we all seek is safety. We'll seek security first and foremost, and then when we finally feel secure, then we can pursue other things. So safety, we're all looking for that feeling of safety, and it doesn't come from building up walls or stockpiling food or having a gun, in your house, or anything like that, or thinking you've got an escape plan. When everything comes crumbling down, you've got an escape route or a bunker somewhere. That's not how you feel safe. That's not how you find true safety. True safety comes from connecting to that which protects you,